Hi, good evening, everyone. Yes. Hi, SK. Hi, Fina. Um, welcome back to Cove Book Club after last week's break, right? So I don't expect to have many participants today as we are mainly talking about women's health. Right. So welcome those who are here with a smaller, a cozier group. Hopefully we can do some discussion as well instead of just a one way. I, would really appreciate if you can also participate and share with us your thoughts and we can share more ideas and thoughts together. All right. So let's get started. We're going to talk about supporting women's health. Today is really this month, okay, or actually 8th of March is International Women's Day, right? So with this, we want to discuss more about women's health. So interestingly, right, if we talk about the medical science, a lot of the medical research and all that, most data, research data, are done more on men than women. Many of the drugs research as well, apparently, from my reading, many of them are focusing on men rather than women. But I think women, as 50% of the population, right, of the world, we have very special needs, special requirements, and special wants as well. So hopefully in today's, short session, we can discuss more about women's health, what we actually want in life, not just in terms of health, but in terms of well-being as well. Okay, so that as a community, we can also support each other in this area. Okay, so what do we want actually? What does women want? I'm just going to explore a few things that I think are relevant for women, what we want, so then we can discuss from that. I think traditionally the requirements for women and for men are pretty different. For example, guys are supposed to be more, masculine. They're supposed to be stronger, mm, more taking care of the family, etc. As for women, we are required to do, how would I say, not as strong, right? But there are so many things. There are more roles. There are more things that we need to play or we need to do in life. Do you all agree? Of course, you can put it in a chat, right? Whether you agree or don't agree and all that. We can always discuss this. But for me, I find that just in terms of career, for example, for a man to move up the career ladder is a lot simpler compared to a woman because there are more considerations for female, for example, right? Company will think about, is she going to get pregnant? Is she going to have kids? Would she need to spend more time taking care of the kids, etc. So I always remember one year when I was doing my performance appraisal with my CFO, when I was still working as a full-time senior finance manager, my manager was telling me that, yes, my performance was okay, but I did not reply to the email as promptly as my younger colleague after office hour. And that time I started thinking, what is actually the requirement of a job, of a woman. And I was a mom, I was a young, okay, I wasn't that young, but I've got a 2 year old. My daughter was 2 year old at the time, right? So what is the expectation in terms of the career for a mom with young kids like that, right? After work, am I supposed to still be very attentive to my email and reply promptly? Or I actually need to spend time with my daughter, right? The 2 year old girl. So, that kept me thinking what we actually want. So tonight I've got a few things that I think is important for women's health and well-being. And let's discuss from there. Okay. So of course that was the past. That was one of my jobs in my 20 years of corporate life as a manager. Then my last job was a finance director with a US company. And since then, I've already resigned and full-time running this health and wellness business, sitting on MV platform, right? And of course, Lyco Wellness is our own brand, our own branding, our own company, doing many corporate training, workshops, etc. So, do we ever wonder what do we really want, for women? Many times we have so many roles, so many hats and responsibilities. And when I talk to a lot of ladies, right, seems that their priorities are always the husband, the parents, the kids, the family and all that. And they don't really think about themselves and their own needs and their own well-being. They always take a backseat, right? That might not be the best thing actually for us in the long term. So I think, right, for women, the first thing is really health and wellness. Do you agree? Okay, you can give me a thumbs up if you agree that health is the most important thing. And we need to be responsible for that. Oftentimes when I, share with some friends about health and fitness and all that, many of them are just relying on the doctors. If my blood test report is okay, I don't have any illness, I'm all good. If there's anything, for example, if I have high cholesterol, blood sugar, blood pressure, I quite take the medication, right? But I think we really need to have this in our own hands. We need to take care of our health and well-being ourselves. Besides, having a busy schedule, regardless of how much time we need to spend at work or family, we need to have our me time. So this is me actually doing voluntary work as a yoga teacher in a cerebral palsy associations for the mothers. So these mothers, their kids has got the cerebral palsy condition, which is an irreversible condition. And I was there sharing with them, teaching them yoga, and at least we spend that 1 hour a week doing some, really for them to focusing on their own health and well-being alone, rather than thinking about the kids, having to take care of the kids all the time. Because the commitment is really a lifetime, but our own health and well-being is also very, very important, right? So health screening is very important, especially we know, yes, caregiver do needs care, especially they need the time off, I think, for themselves. That is very, very important to keep the sanity as well, I think, rather than focusing on taking care of someone else 24/7. And for women, strongly encourage you to do your health screening. I know some of us, like myself, we are self-employed, so we are not like provided by the company to have compulsory or free health screening on a yearly basis. So take the initiative to do this yourself so that at least we can detect early, we know what is our health condition and we know what to do so that we can also customize our lifestyle or diet to meet our health and fitness requirements or needs. If you're in Singapore, there are many free health screenings that's provided by the government or very cheap health screening that you can provided by the government. You just search, health screening Singapore, you'll be able to see all that. If not, then strongly suggest if you are in Malaysia, these few months, we are having a very good promotion. With just 10 ringgit, you can do quite a comprehensive blood test, which is worth more than $100. It's only 10 ringgit only. So if you're in Malaysia, check with your friends who invited you into this webinar and go for that. They strongly encourage you are above 30 years old. I'm not sure if you are. I'm way over, but at least if you're above 30 years old, try to do this at least once every 2 years. Yes, the 10 ringgit one is really worth it. So check with those who invite you in, go for it. The basic one that you need to do will be blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood glucose. Because we know in Singapore and Malaysia, about 1 in 3, 1 in 2 has got this condition. And of course, this is relevant for both male and female. Whereas for women, The other very important relevant tests are your mammogram, pap smear, and bone density test if you are approaching perimenopause. Okay, so these are also important. Try to do it at least every 2 to 3 years. Bone density, especially if you are entering 40 and above, because perimenopause is a period whereby our menstrual cycle is not as regular as before. Means the body is starting to wind down to moving towards menopause. Okay, and menopause is the official term if the menstrual cycle has stopped for a consecutive period of 12 months. Then it's called menopause, and that is only that one day. After that, it's called post-menopause. Okay, it's officially into the post-menopause years. And during this period of time, right, also maybe because I meet a lot of ladies within this range, there are a lot of health issues that they are experiencing. Some might even doubt themselves that, are they going into some emotional or mental issues because they just don't feel 100%. So I encourage you, don't ignore symptoms like this. Listen to your body. And also, if you're not sure, talk to your healthcare professionals. Go and talk it out. Okay, especially for bone density, because Asian women, especially women with underweight, okay, or smaller frame, generally smaller sized ladies are more prone to osteoporosis, which is lowering lower bone density. So we want to catch that early so that we can take in more calcium rich food, we can do more strengthening exercise so that we can maintain the bone mass. Many of the elderly, for example, they only get to know that their bone density is so low after they have a fall. They have, fall, and then instead of just breaking the bone, it's actually bone crushing the bone and not able to recover well. And we know that if the elderly fall and break the hip joint, right, hip bone, 50% chance that they can survive for the next 12 months. And even if they can, their quality of life is not going to be the same again. So it's worth doing a bone density test. The one that you really need to lie down and scan through usually is the pelvic and the backbone, right, to understand your bone density. So that is really very important. And of course, in iCo, 31st of March, okay, Pat will be sharing with us on learning and transformation during menopause. Right, these are the ladies in their menopause years, and through learning in the health coach program and also putting what they learn in their day-to-day diet and lifestyle, they managed to improve, the health managed to improve quite a lot. So come and learn on the 31st of March. Okay, so what else do we have? Of course, Hui Ying, our own pharmacist, will be sharing with us on cholesterol. So if your family members or if you are having a cholesterol issue, so do come in to learn, and you will learn useful tips on day-to-day diet lifestyle that you can apply to bring down cholesterol. Because research also shows that during perimenopause, for ladies after 50 years old especially, LDL shoot up. LDL will shoot up quite a lot if we don't do anything about it. So, for 30 to 40 years old, men usually has got higher percentage of high cholesterol. But after 50, women has got a higher percentage actually. So it's worth taking care of, learning and taking care of ourselves. It's very important. And 14th of April, Liz, okay, will be sharing with us on cooking method and health. So this is also the questions that we get over and over again. How should I prepare my vegetable? Should I bake it, grill it, pan fry it, steam it, or just cook it in water, take out and eat? What's the best way? Okay, so there's no one size fits all, but Liz has got many years of experience in healthy cooking. Will be able to share with us for what kind of ingredients, what are the better cooking methods. So come and learn. And of course, our health coach program is coming up in April. I will put in the QR code in the community chat, if you're from our community chat, right? This will be the 8th Tuesday night, same time, 8 to 10, that we'll be doing the English Health Coach program. Do register yourself so that we can all learn together. So this Health Coach program will be a more structured course that we learn all about from our digestive system, okay, to how do we do our healthy plate, how should we be taking our breakfast, lunch, dinner, the healthy plate, and how does diet and nutrition actually support many of the chronic conditions. For example, for those who have fatty liver, for those who have high cholesterol, for those who just want to bring down body fats, etc., etc. So there are many cases that we'll be discussing. And you also need to do case study and submit to us before you can qualify as a health coach. So this is you will get a certification of participation after you complete the 8 sessions, right? So do come and join us to learn together. This is our 4th run already. We've been running this for the last 2 years. Okay, and what else besides that? Personal growth and confidence. So precisely, the health coach program will give you the personal growth and the confidence. So for myself, right, after I left my corporate job about 7, 8 years ago, I learned a new course. I make sure that I learn something every year. I think that's very, very important so that we are not, we don't just live in our own world and don't know what's happening out there. That keeps our mind active as well. I think that helps us to keep our mind engaged and is a good way to prevent dementia, which again is more prominent. Is women has a higher risk compared to men. So if you see for mental disease, right, dementia has got woman has got a higher risk of dementia, whereas man has got a higher risk of Parkinson. Okay, so these are just different mental or brain conditions. So how to prevent that? One of the best way is really learning new things, learning new skills. So, try to do that every year. Even if you are working or busy, I'm sure you can squeeze out some time to learn something every year. So there was one year that I was learning, what did I do? Personal trainer. Took up, certified personal trainer course. One year that I did yoga. One year that I learned about investment and then putting it into practice. And what else? Last year was I attended a course on designing your life, right? How to use design method to actually design our life. So very interesting. A lot of things that you can learn. You can learn a new instrument, right? Like, Fina plays music. So you can learn instrument, or you can also learn a new language even. Okay, so these are personal growth and confidence that I think every woman needs, especially as we age, right? And as our kids age, as our kids grow up, right? If we don't keep up to date with them, I think we're gonna lose them very quickly. Yeah, so it's important for us to keep having personal growth and also confidence. So this is a story that I would like you to come in and listen as well from our own Li Gui. Okay, our nutrition trainer Li Gui. She started as a housewife, and through this platform, she learned and she transformed herself to be a health coach now. And when she first started in this area, when we started working together some 7, 8 years ago, she's not even confident to speak a word of English. She still says she not very good, but actually she can already now, right? She was having some weight issues, and doctor actually asked her not to exercise anymore because of her knee. But now, not only she can exercise, she's a health coach through Freak Freak, and she's coaching workout like on a weekly basis. So regardless of where we are, I think we can always be a better version of ourselves. So this is just Li Gui going to share with us her personal journey, her experience. Let's come and get inspired from her. Okay, then the next thing that we want, I think women a bit different from men. We need more flexibility and work-life balance as well. I see that many men, when we talk to them, right, work can be their, I don't know, life, and they really take pride and love their job and all that. But I think for women, we want more than that. Not that we are not good at our job. We can be very good and we love our job, but we want more, isn't it? So, ladies, do you agree with that? We want to have life as well, and we can appreciate better things in life compared to men. So this is also my experience in the wellness industry. When we talk about good products, for example, a good experience, women can always um, express interest, and they can feel it more, right? So work-life balance is also important. It's also what we want as well. So regardless of where or which industry you are, can always explore the wellness industry, because the wellness industry, what I'm doing now, is really giving me that work-life balance and that flexibility that we can just use our own time. We can decide, we can have more control over our time. I think it's important. So what do I do in this industry, in our job, is really touch and help people one at a time, right? Invite my clients, my friends to do an in-body analysis. This is a very good machine so that they can understand not just their body weight, but muscles percentage, um, fats percentage, where are their fats distributed, any visceral fats, any water retention, etc. And from there, we provide them with solutions. And we have many happy clients in this industry that we work together on a long-term basis. Right? So one after another. So some of you are also here that, we touch. I think it's important that we touch people's life and help people and work together. Right? Of course, we have our own team as well. You can see the transformation. Grace is one of our health coaches. And when we got to know her, she is like this just before COVID, right? And now, of course, she's also coaching our workout as well, and she'll be sharing in our nutrition talk as well. Patricia as well, she'll be sharing a bit about her transformation. She lost close to 20 kg through this journey, and from having to take metformin, someone with diabetes, the doctor officially released her off medication. So this is what we can do, and this is likely should be familiar with her if you've been exercising with us. Okay, so in a span of a few years, we don't measure the journey in days or just in months, but in 1, 2, 3 years, you'll be able to see a much better self, a much better self, right? Of course, community and supportive network as well. I think, I don't know if it's um, a stereotype or what, like men don't seem to need to have so many friends. Is it true? So community and support network are also important. So I'm glad that, in this platform, I met many good friends, comrades who we work together. We get to know each other, not just in terms of business or health, but, we become good friends as well. And I think it's important that we can share all these beautiful things in life with people with supportive network. Okay, and of course, if you want to join us for our network, one very convenient way is our workout. We meet 3 times a week for our workout, especially Friday and Saturday if you're at Tampines or at the East area. Do join us. If you're further, you can also join us online. We're on Zoom as well. Okay, so come and see the community, work out together. And besides that, once a month, we also go for community walk. This is 21st of March, Saturday. This coming Saturday, 8 o'clock, we're going to meet at Labrador Park and have a nice walk together. Okay, so make some new friends, enjoy the nature, the sun, a bit of the sun, the wind, and the coastal walk would be a very nice way to have community support. Of course, get to know each other as well. Right? We are also working with Tampines ECC to bring the residents at Tampines for a walk in April. So we'll keep you updated on the itinerary, on the dates in April. And of course, besides health and well-being, financial independence is also important for women. I always believe that in order for us to have a better control of our life, we need to be financially independent. Of course, out there are many ladies who are very capable, having financial independence. So if you are looking for the next career, or if you're looking for something, a side hustle that you want to do on top of what you're already doing, we are having a few business preview that's coming up. Next Monday, 23rd of March, we're going to have a preview by Liz to talk about wellness entrepreneur. So what is wellness entrepreneur? We are using health and wellness as an engine to help others and also to help ourselves to build a business on health and wellness. And we know that as an aging society, aging community, and everybody's getting more affluent, we all want to stay healthy and fit even as we grow older. So health and fitness is definitely an industry that will not die. AI cannot help you to exercise or make you healthier. So it's always in demand. Yeah. So can come and learn about this industry so that we can explore to work together as well. All right. So in summary, I think these are things that women desire: financial independence, flexibility, personal growth, health, and community. So if you resonate with this, just ask yourself, are you living the life that you truly want? You know, our life shouldn't be just one-dimensional, shouldn't be just pursuing your career. Look at your health. Make sure that you take very good care of your health because I see the caregiver are mainly women, right? If there's anything happen to our spouse, for example, the husband, it's easier for the wife to take good care of the husband. But if anything happened to the wife, it's hard for the husband to dump everything and just concentrate on taking care of the wife, right? So women, we have to take responsibility of our own health and well-being, take care of that. If you want the flexibility, are you having the flexibility, the financial independence that you want? Do you have good friends who are supportive when you need support, when you need help? Are you able to find? Do you have a good community supporting you so that you can build that good healthy habit and lifestyle? And not just having friends, just to ask you to go buffet lah, drinking lah, you can start telling you that you can start your healthy diet next week lah, 吃饱了才来讲 that kind, right? So that support is also very, very important. So at iCo Wellness, this is what we provide, a path for you to achieve these goals. And if you'd like to explore further, of course, let me know. We can always talk about it and we can start today. Let's do this together. Okay, upcoming events, if you are concerned about your health and well-being, you want to bring down your cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, Wellness 45, we have one batch running now and it's doing pretty well. I can already see some result. The next batch will start mid-April. We're going to start another batch mid-April. So if this is not a good time, let's start mid-April. Take 45 to 60 days to reset, overhaul your health. And by April as well, come and attend our health coach program so that we spend 8 Tuesdays nights together, use a structured way to learn about health and well-being and practical tips, practical steps that we can apply in our day-to-day life. Okay? So these are the things that we put together to support women's health and well-being. Of course, if you are looking for a role in the health and fitness industry, wanting to help more people to stay healthy, to share this health and well-being knowledge, do talk to us as well. We are looking for good people to work together all the time, right? So that we can grow the business together and we can stay healthy and grow old gracefully together. Okay, so upcoming programs I already shared with you. Next week, Li Gui will be sharing with us on her journey, how did she transform from a housewife to a health coach. And week after, Patricia will share with us on her transformation and also linking a client's transformation as well. Okay, followed by the following week, we have 4 more iCo book club to go before we start our health coach on the 21st of, let me think, 21st of April, correct? Yes. So let me share with you, last but not least, any thoughts on what we shared today? Is that what you want in life, or there are things that actually we did not cover, that you would like to discuss? Anyone? Can always, we have such a small group here. You can always unmute yourself and talk. All right. So this is the oops. Sorry, this is not it. Let me find the QR to share with you. Okay, sorry. Okay, do scan this. Right, do scan this QR so that you can join us on our health coach program. All right. Where is it? Okay. Right. Okay. So this will be in English. I think it's suitable for all of us. This is in English. For iCo members, for the rest, we are actually charging $80. But for iCo members, which is mostly many of you here, right? Is a lot cheaper. Okay, that's a big discount. So just scan the QR, you'll be able to see the price, and you can just register online. All right. If you can't attend all the 8 sessions, we will have it recorded as well. So you can also rewatch the recording. Just that we will always dedicate half an hour at the end of the sessions to talk about Q&A and to do group discussions. That will not be in the recording. So try to attend the classes as much as you can. Right? Join us and let's work together, learn together in this health coach program. All right, 1 more minute here. One. All right. If you have no questions, I'd like to wish you again Happy International Women's Day. Right? Let's take our health and fitness in our own hands, take good care of ourselves, and stay tuned for all the iCo activities, events, so that we can all walk the wellness journey together. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Vina. Thanks, SK Wong. Thank you. Bye-bye.